We are starting the podcast right now. So maybe in like 3 hours. 2.5. Give or take. 5 or 2.
That leaves an open margin of error of 5 hours.
I don't like that. Good for measure. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Two Dudes Drinking Beer. My name is Josh.
My name is Alec.
Today we're drinking Bud Light. There is a sponsor, but there's not a sponsor at the same time. I found this downstairs. Free shit.
So thanks for whoever bought the Bud Light in the house.
Somewhere.
This one's for you. Bud's for you.
Before we start this episode, I would please like to say, if you enjoy these shows at all, please consider sharing this with a friend. Leave a like on the video. If you're listening to this, keep doing your thing. Stop touching Reggie. He's just hanging out. I got it. Full of jokes. So please, if you want to see us continue doing content, making podcasts, making shows, if you want to keep seeing guests, please share it with a friend. It helps us out a lot. Leave a like. It helps with the YouTube algorithm or some shit. Just continue searching us on the web. Also, if you haven't seen it, we dropped a new highlight reel. It's pretty funny. A solid 11 minutes. So if you don't like watching these whole 2 hour...
The highlight reels are the best, man. Honestly, we need to start doing that like once a week.
If you don't like watching a whole hour and a half of us just fucking shitting out of our mouths, just watch the highlight reel because it's 10 episodes or so.
Of the best of us.
Just a minute of each episode. So that's really all you need. So without further ado,
cheers.
We're going to take a drink of our Bud Light.
How's your weekend?
I'm not done starting yet.
Fuck.
If you want to be in the know, today's fun fact is your eye makes about 50 movements every second. Which is
really?
Pretty insane because you don't really notice it, but your eye just jiggles. Because it's literally impossible to focus on one thing because your eye will always just be going around it. It's about to move 50 times a second. It's pretty impressive. Super impressive.
What kind of computer? Like, how long do you think it took them to get the computer to like be able to detect the slightest of changes in the eye? That's a pretty powerful computer to be like 50 changes a second. It's got to be faster. It's got to be at least as fast as those computers in like the Tesla. That's like,
well, it's just using high speed cameras.
Oh, and they just kind of frame it out.
Yeah, that's how I would assume it'd be calculated.
Yeah.
My weekend was great. Sure. Thank you for asking me first, because
trying to beat you to it, because you always start off with saying how was your weekend to me, and I'm always off guard. So
my weekend is good. I just work a lot, and work is pretty good right now. They're giving me more hours, so that's always nice. And so my immediate leader, Jonathan, I don't even think his name is Jonathan. He's just John, but I call him Jonathan because I do that sometimes.
Because you like to fuck with people's emotions and their identity?
I wouldn't say that. I like the formality.
I still call you Joshua sometimes just to be funny.
People do. And so he is taking his vacation this week before quarter 4 gets like really underway, before the holidays. And so it's really just up to me to kind of own my department. So like I'm kind of nervous, but it's also essentially what I want to do, be a team lead, and it's just an extra step towards that process.
What's that look like? You said you gotta like make a plan for
every day I come in, I have to be able to plan out my workload for that day, or I can look at my workload through the week and plan it per day that I work, which I'll probably do tomorrow when I get there. I'll look at the set workload and see how many hours that it says I have to do for that week, and try to balance that with the truck push, what we receive for the day.
So are you just kind of in charge of like deliveries?
We don't deliver anything.
No shit. I mean, when shit gets delivered to you.
Receiving?
Receiveries?
So what I do is when the people receive the truck at 3:30 in the morning, they put it on to different vehicles based on size. And so then the general merchandise team pushes that out to the floor. And so that's what I do. I'm general merchandise, so I push items out. And I stock the floor. So if I'm only given 4 hours and I have 6 vehicles of home push, I can't really finish that.
That's a lot of shit.
So I need to come up with a plan and decide how I can get it done the most effective way possible with leaving the minimum left over. So it's a lot of logistics right now.
Gotcha. That's cool.
Logistics and planning. How was your weekend?
My weekend was awesome. Yesterday I went to another gig, and
Why'd you say it like that?
Because it kind of was a gig, kind of wasn't. Like, it was something to do. It wasn't necessarily like a... I was under the impression it would be a big backyard concert. It was like 2 families and a neighbor.
So, not worth your time?
No, it was fun, for sure. But I was just like... I brought everything, and I was told that it's going to be outside. And then the homeowners were like, can we just do it inside? Because it looks like it's about to rain, and like... Nobody wants to sit outside.
It didn't rain at all.
Well, not the point. They're just like, we want to do it inside. And I was like, sure, whatever. It's all good. But, yeah, it was pretty cool. I got to play the drums for one of the songs. There's a student there learning the White Stripes 7 Nations Army song.
Wow, the easiest song ever.
And I know how to play it on the drums because it's the easiest song ever on the drums. And, it was great. I was like, I can play the drums for that song. And everyone was like, do it. And then after I got on the drums, the dad got on the drums. It was his drum kit. And then they like improvised like Jingle Bell Rock with like drums and guitars and singers and everything. And everyone in that household is like super talented and sings on key. So
I got a beef with Christmas right now.
What's your beef with Christmas?
It's not even Halloween yet. Granted, Halloween is going to be this week. It's the 26th, and that's 5 days away from the 31st. Thanksgiving hasn't even rolled around, and our sales floor at Target, granted, retail moves a lot faster, is full of Christmas shit. All of our Christmas shit's basically out except for the decorations and trees. We have all of them, though.
You have all the trees, all the live trees?
We don't do live trees, but all of our box plastic trees, we have all of them. And we're not going to receive any more because we already have all of them. They're all discontinued already.
Really?
Yeah. So what we have is what we got. And if you shop at Target and you're listening to this, get your shit fucking early because it's not going to be there in like a month when it all sets out. It sets out in November. And as soon as it's out and it's gone forever.
Wait, so what's up with that tactic where you say you got a beef with Christmas because you have all the shit already, but you better come and get it as soon as it's out because we're not going to have it again?
Oh, that's not with my beef with Christmas. My beef with Christmas is that it's too early to be already doing Christmas shit.
But you're telling everyone to get their shit as early as possible.
When it comes out in November.
So yeah, but wouldn't that only wouldn't that only promote your store re-upping all your shit early again?
I tell them to get it early because people come in like December 23rd looking for Christmas trees and like, I have this 2-foot tall Christmas tree, the one that nobody wanted. You can buy it for $100 if you want because that's its price. And they're like, no, do you have this? No, I don't. Guarantee you, no store has this. Go fuck yourself. You're dumb. Why are you trying to buy a Christmas tree 2 days before Christmas? People do that. It's ridiculous.
I get that, but if your beef is that your store is stocking up early, isn't that a direct relationship between the customers buying the shit?
My beef is that it's out early.
Because customers buy it.
Yes. But they need to fucking wait. Halloween hasn't ended, and
Why is that a thing? That confuses me. So I really want to dissect this then, because I understand the whole idea of people being like fucking chill with this shit, but that's all something just like parents say, right? Everyone's just like, man, can you fucking wait until at least Thanksgiving passes and then put the Christmas gear up? But everyone's like, I know everyone's smart enough to realize it's just like the money's there, so they're gonna do it. So why is it like a real problem? Is it a real problem because the finance, the business side obviously sees it as it's an opportunity to make money and they make money, but people, it's got this culture of like, it's too fucking soon and it gets them angry. Why? I don't understand it.
The retail holidays move way too fast because they're all 2 months ahead.
Well, they're also within the followed month to month.
Like,
so you got to get ready for all of them at the same time.
There's only like 6 big retail holidays.
Halloween, Christmas, and New Year's.
Easter.
I'll throw Easter on there.
Been back to school. That's it. That's all of our holidays.
Back to school. You don't think New Year's is a big holiday?
No, we have one end cap for it.
What about 4th of July? There's a lot of...
It's just those fucking kiosks in the breezeway. Like the buy your poppers.
You don't get a higher increase of alcohol sales and barbecue utensils and shit during that time of year?
That's not my shit to track.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I'm home decor.
Sure, but...
So that's all me right now.
Sure, but you're seeing the home decor side of it, and when you're a team lead, you need to be able to see all sides of it.
Yes. But I'm also a team lead. I'd be in charge of 4 different departments. So I don't have to worry about that right now. I understand what you're saying, but I don't have to right now. I could, but that would just be unnecessary stress and workload on myself now.
But it's still stressing you out just by having it in the store.
My problem is that it's out 2 months away.
Why does that bother you?
Halloween hasn't ended. I want to live out my spooky season first and then go into Thanksgiving. Maybe put out some turkey shit. We're jumping straight from pumpkins to glass dildo Christmas trees.
But why does that bother you?
It's just, it moves too fast. There's no reason. Where's the
They
Thanksgiving
make money
stuff?
off of it's the reason.
I understand it's a business and they make money from it.
But why are you getting mad about it?
Because it's dumb.
There's got to be a better reason than that.
Retail just moves too fast. People still come in and look for beach towels. And granted, California weather is very consistent where it can be kind of warm and you can do whatever at any time.
Beach season all year round.
Yeah. And people come in, they're like, where's the beach towels? And it's like, you're about 4 months too late. I haven't sold beach towels since April.
You guys really run out of beach towels?
They get discontinued and we stop getting them. As soon as back to school starts, we don't get any more spring, summer stuff.
It's all on a cycle.
Yes. The retail is based off the seasons, which is stupid.
Makes sense. You're clearly basing the podcast off the seasons right now, enjoying the spooky season.
And as soon as it's October 31st is done, all this shit's coming down.
And putting up what?
Maybe some orange feathers for Thanksgiving.
And won't you be so happy that the store is carrying it already so you can
We don't have any
decorate?
Thanksgiving shit. We're not going to get any of it. We don't have any of it.
Okay, but that's the thing too. What if there's another business? Let's say Brendan didn't close down and everything was open, and they wanted to keep... I love how you're just pounding a beer. You're like, I'm so over this already.
I am.
If Brendan's wanted... Or let's just say even Clubhouse wanted to do a seasonal Christmas party. They have to buy that shit in advance and plan it out.
Not really. You can get all that shit done in a week. You can plan that shit and decorate it all in a week.
Okay, so if you wanted it in a week, and the most convenient time would be immediately after Thanksgiving. When's Thanksgiving? The 3rd Thursday?
4th
Thursday? So
somehow it's always on the 24th.
So damn near the first day. So 5 weeks out from Christmas.
Sure.
You want everyone to put all their shit out. Don't you think that would cause almost a never-ending Black Friday kind of mayhem to where everyone's coming in with 5 weeks of shopping
No, because people don't think like that. People are coming in 2 days before Christmas trying to buy a Christmas tree.
Yeah, but not everyone's coming in 2 days before Christmas. Some people want to get in early. Some people want to get in later.
You'd be very surprised.
Some people get it in the sweet spot.
You would be very surprised. It's very much so a bell curve when it comes to that. People always come right in the middle, 2 weeks out, 2 weeks before. That's just how it works. It's just, it's all based on the averages of statistics like that.
But it's also probably because you have it for so long and it's sitting there. So people see it and they can kind of window shop going down the aisles.
It's not on the floor for 2 months. We're only doing it now to get ahead because our leader's not going to be there.
Got it.
So that's the only reason why our home decor is out. It's all just pillows and blankets anyway. It's not fucking... I mean, there's yay tall Christmas trees.
Did your grandma knit you a sweater and you're just like, fucking hate it, grandma?
No,
and now you hate Christmas
she knit me
blankets?
boots once, and those are really nice.
Boots or booties? Like
Boots.
actual fucking
They were like
boots?
fucking almost like socks, but they were like boots.
You can wear them as shoes.
Yeah, if I wanted to.
You could be like a Christmas superhero in
Well,
your fucking.
they were purple.
Still make your outfit purple. Also, why would you knit purple boots? Obviously, for Christmas it should be red boots.
Well, they weren't for Christmas. They were just in
you
general.
just wanted some purple boots.
Yeah, I wanted purple boots.
All right.
And they were comfy. And I wore the shit out of them. Lost them.
How do you lose purple boots?
How do you lose any piece of clothing?
You get the hole in it and you throw it in the trash and you tell everyone you lost it by accident to not hurt their feelings.
That sounds like it's coming from a very real place.
It fucking is.
I never purposely threw away clothes unless at least there were gifts. I would just throw away clothes that they didn't fit me anymore. Be like, let's donate it. And my dad's like, yeah, I'm gonna donate it.
My shit never gets
Drops
donated.
it right in
Yeah,
the fucking trash can.
I had such good intentions of like donating my clothes, and then at a certain point, it's just filling up this like grocery bag. No, this giant ass garbage bag of clothes. And I look through it, and it's like most of it's got holes or the logos are torn off. And fun fact, Goodwill throws away and Salvation Army throws away 90% of the clothes you want to donate anyway. So
Just burn them.
either make it a hand-me-down to where it's like, hey, you can have this and you can see them directly get it and wear it. But yeah, either that or just throw it away, because that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah. I wouldn't even donate to like Goodwill or the Salvation Army or shit like that, like those big companies or names.
Yeah, you know,
I would go directly to like an orphanage and be like,
Yeah.
here you go.
And
or
that's-
like a homeless shelter.
and that's the thing. Like Goodwill makes so much money off what you donate, whereas if you went to like the homeless shelter or something, or an orphanage and donated it, you could see the people get it, and that'd be really impactful. But what a lot of people do is they go to Goodwill and they're like, they'll take care of it, plus I benefit because I get a tax return. And it's like this whole kind of feel good tax return thing, when realistically it's like 90% of it gets thrown away. Like I donated a computer, they recycle that. They don't put it back on the floor. They recycle the hard drive. They rip the gold out of the processing chips, and they go sell that shit. Like their job is to make money, and that's what they're gonna do if they have to do it. They don't give a fuck about your old 1990 MacBook. They know no one's gonna buy that. They know they can't sell it. They know the parts inside are worth more than the odds of someone coming in looking for a 1990 MacBook.
Yeah. Unless they get like a Nintendo. But then they keep that shit behind the counter.
Yeah,
And it's locked up and it's still like $70. And it's like, okay, well.
Anything that is of actual value, like PlayStations or Xboxes, especially, you'll notice they have an up and down cycle, where it's like they're expensive some days and cheaper some days. They have it figured out to where what day someone's more likely to come in, like after they get their paycheck or something, they're gonna come in and buy that PlayStation for their kids, or they're gonna come in and buy that thing for that person.
Business sucks.
Yeah, because it's always and that's what I love. I started watching The Boys. Do you know what The Boys is?
It's that superhero on Amazon show.
I started watching it. I've only got 2 episodes left. Sorry, Ryan, I'm gonna finish it without you. It's a really good show, and it's about like corporate America and how they can like control superheroes as if it was like a privatized system, you know. And there's a lot of that too, where it's like there really is no compassion in it. It's just like, let's hire a black guy and a gay black woman if we could find one, because that's what is hot right now. That's what everyone is saying on Twitter needs to happen, so we're gonna do that. And it's just like, it's just pandering.
That's the worst. Is it at least a good show?
It's a great
Content-wise?
it's a great fucking show content wise. But that's the thing, it's like it's almost highlighting
The ethics of it?
yeah, it's highlighting like the darker aspects of like business and that, but it's also with a superhero theme, which is super cool, because you really have these people who are gods who can't be killed, and they basically threaten everyone for like money and more this, more that, trying to find happiness, and like they're not finding it, but they're getting more money, so it's like this whole never-ending cycle of like, I gotta get it. And then It takes a few really good turns and surprise twists, but you gotta watch it if you're interested. But
Do you think you can create a purely original superhero? 'Cause I know there's a lot of different ones that have a lot of different abilities. Do you think you can come up with one that is purely
brand new abilities.
Yeah.
Um,
Never before seen.
I probably could. Someone's gonna have to eventually.
Because
It can't all be DC and Superman forever.
I think it can be.
They'd like it to be, but it won't.
I don't see them going anywhere anytime soon.
He was also, speaking of, I'm gonna take a sip of this because
I feel like if someone did try to create a new hero, like if someone wanted to make like a new comic, I feel like Marvel or DC would just buy them. Just be like, oh, they're a threat, and then just kind of absorb it.
Yeah, but is that not creating a brand new superhero?
Yeah, but it's in a shitty way.
It is, but you're also selling out, right?
Yeah, but they probably are. Fuck, I hate business.
Yeah, it's the worst.
God damn it.
That's the other thing too. I forgot what I was gonna say. It was something along those lines of like business though. It was like eventually so with The Boys, it's like it is just another superhero movie, and it is just another movie of like a take on capitalism and society and social media. And it's like those are like the real main themes that I've picked up so far. Actually, racism and bigotry, and
I feel like it's going to be around for a while.
yeah, no, it is, but like it's like a theme. Like season 2 really has a really good underlying score of it, and then it's like a really good climax to it so far. Nice, but it's like I could sit here and say it's just another superhero movie because all the superheroes are basically just DC knockoffs, right? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it is a brand new thing and styled in a brand new way. Because I could watch John Oliver's Yesterday, last week tonight, and get satire from that medium, or I could watch DC Comics and watch superheroes in that medium. But now it's like a hybrid. I'm getting both of those in one TV show, and that's pretty great. So regardless, even if it is something that's been done before, it's like a remix. It's a new clever twist on it that even though it's been done before, it's still fresh. It still feels fresh and new.
I do like me some original IPs.
What are those?
Original intellectual property.
Yeah, and I mean, it's one of those things like their Superman in The Boys is called Homelander, and it's like
that dude.
Yeah, and it's like it's a pretty cool name for a superhero. Like
I don't agree. I think it's pretty lame.
But if there was a real Superman working in America, they'd probably call him Homelander. It makes sense.
Is he in charge of Homeland Security?
Yeah, I mean basically.
Oh wow, that's pretty fucking lame.
Well, season, you gotta watch it, bro. You'd really love it. It's Game of Thrones-esque. I promise you.
It is not high fantasy.
It's fucking superheroes. Yes, it is.
That is not high fantasy. That's science fiction. That's way different. High fantasy is like elves and shit.
Elves and giants?
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
Like orcs and magic and...
Watch an episode.
I'll watch one episode, sure.
And if you like it, keep going. But if not, whatever. But yeah, it's the thing of like business is going to keep molding and forming because it has to. And you know what? I was thinking about this earlier. This is going to transition to my first point. I was thinking about this earlier. I was like thinking like, isn't it crazy how... I think I've told you this before. Excuse me. Shut up. I think I told you this before. How like, take Christmas coming up, right? And you're like talking shit about like how there's like all the fake trees in stock already. In my head, I always go, what if we just ran out of real trees? Like, oh my God, who's gonna go plant all those real trees and this and that? But the business is in charge of it. And it's the same thing with like musicians, right? I remember thinking on my drive down here like a week ago, I was like, man, I love music so much, but like, I want to know when the next great artist is going to come about and just like change the fucking world, like Elvis or Prince or Michael Jackson, you know,
in the works somewhere else.
it is, but it's one of those things. It's like if it I feel like it's sputtering, like it's at this weird kind of dead zone to where it's like everyone's doing what everyone can do because it's hot, because it's working, and it's gonna take that new artist to come out with this new style, the new whatever, to kind of really shake things up again. You know what I'm saying? What was that?
I just remembered something.
Okay, put a pin in it. And to shake things up again. And I was like, man, I hope people still go to school or take piano lessons or produce music. And then I remembered, I was like, what the fuck am I saying, dude? Music is a multi-billion dollar business. Like,
yeah.
Music won't die because it can't die, because people's livelihoods literally depend on it. And that's the thing, is like, maybe we're in that weird dip because people don't really care about the music. They just they depend on the music as opposed to like they need the music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they just pump it out.
Yeah, they pump it out because they have to instead of making it because they want to. That's where we are.
The yearly albums.
Exactly. And I mean, if you look, every artist who's hot, album a year, a single every 6 months, staying current. I mean, I get it. It's a good formula, but at the same time,
and they're pretty good.
But they're
not the best.
But they're not like fucking. If you go to like Michael Jackson or Prince or Kanye when they were first starting out, man, they really changed shit up.
Yeah.
And now anyone knows to like sample how Kanye samples beats. Everyone knows how to make dubstep the way Skrillex does. Everyone knows how to make a song like Ed Sheeran does, but it's been done for so many years now that it's not special anymore. It's not a new genre. It's nothing new or anything super groundbreaking. And the reason those artists are so big is because they were the first of their kind to sound that way.
Taylor Swift.
I guess. I don't know much about Taylor Swift, but
Teenage country switching into pop.
Yeah, she was a good country singer.
That was peak Taylor Swift.
Yeah, but it's one of those things like, I was like, because you know how I always worry about shit, like I can't control, like I hope everyone still plays music forever, like, but it's one of those things like I realized like, oh, everyone will play music forever because at the end of the day, like some people's lives literally depend on it for like eating food, you know, like people tour because that's what makes them money.
Yeah, you don't make money from fucking Spotify or Apple.
And that's kind of my first point, is I had this realization when I was meditating of like, I think the reason I'm like that, the reason I panic and I worry about Christmas trees going out of stock and musicians never coming around again to make music, is because from a young age I was always told, you know, hey son, like don't take a long shower because the water bill's really high and I can't afford
water is cheap as fuck.
Not in Arizona.
Yeah.
Anyway, my family's different.
And I did 2 loads of laundry today.
Damn. Wow. But I'd always have someone in my life who was like a parental figure, or like, you know, someone who's basically in charge of me, being like, you know, we might not have enough money to, you know, keep you employed, or we just might not have enough money to pay the car's bill. Gas and insurance is really high. And that's why I think I'm always panicking about shit like that, because even though it's out of my control, I can't control, you know, the weather, but it's like, oh shit, like I was always told these things that I can't control affect me, and I think it's just embedded in me now from such a young age, to where it's like, oh, everything that's out of your control, if people come to you, if it gets brought up, it is worth paying attention to. It's worth being ready for. And I think I realized that last night. It's like, oh, it's really just like, I'm not necessarily a panicky person. I was just taught to be panicky.
How can you be prepared for something that you can't control?
Exactly. But like when you're telling a little kid, hey, son and or daughter, I can't make rent this month.
I wouldn't even tell them that.
I know, but that's where I grew up.
You're a kid. You shouldn't have to fucking worry about that.
I know, but
you don't tell them that.
I know, but I was told that, and I was like in the middle of a meditation, and I was like, I remember I stopped my breath. I was like,
he's doing eye movements.
I was like, holy shit.
For his audio listener.
I was like, holy shit, that makes fucking sense. Why I'm like panicky like that, because like my entire life I was sat down and was like, hey, this is an issue. Like, you know, my mom would be like, hey, we have no money. We can't eat. And it's like, okay, now what?
Cool. Cool story, bro. Thanks. Tell it again.
But it's like, it really is like, I realized that. I was like, holy shit, my entire life, people who were in charge of me, like even bosses, like, you know, managers at a certain point, I was like, it's just all these people who tell me what to do.
That's their job.
Yeah. Yeah. But they start putting the problems that they have on me. And it's like, oh shit, I have to worry about this now, even though there's nothing I can do about it. But I was just taught as a kid, like, hey, you know, we can't do this because of this. And I'd worry about it. And I'm like, holy shit, that's why I worry about everything.
I think it's different in a professional work environment in that aspect, because if, like, when I was a shift leader...
Sure, but it affects me the same way. When I was at McDonald's and the managers would be like, hey, we don't have enough toys for all these people. I'm like, oh shit, now everyone's going to be mad at us.
Fair enough. I guess
like,
that's
I still felt the responsibility.
I guess that's your response. But like if they were... Because when I was making the schedules and they'd be like, hey, you have this amount of hours, like, do with it what you will. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, well, little Jimmy's only getting 12 this week. Like, I know he's got this, but... That's all I got. That's all I can do. Sorry. So I guess that's just how you react to it. And a running theme is that's your perception. That's how you perceive the
that's my
the news.
That's my radical reality.
Yes. Ooh. And that's a good one.
I know.
That's fucking throwing it back.
I know. And for me, I'm not trying to say it's like a perception thing. I'm trying to say it's like a learned behavior thing.
Okay.
And I want to unlearn that behavior, because I want people to be able to be like, hey, so I can't, like if someone came up and asked me for money.
I'm pregnant.
Is it my kid?
Yes.
Well, then, see, that obviously affects me, so.
No, it's not.
But if someone came up to me and was like, I'm pregnant, and my reaction would be like, hope that kid's okay, you know? And they're like, you want to be the dad? I'd be like, do I have a responsibility to this motherfucking kid? And like it would really grind on my psyche, whether or not it would actually be my responsibility. I'd still put myself in that headspace of, in one way or another, you are responsible for the rent not getting paid. You are in one way or another responsible for this, or you are in one way or another responsible for that, even though I have no control over it.
So do you just wish that people would stop sharing their problems with you that could that
I don't want to
also affect you?
I don't want to say that, because like people like you and Ryan, obviously, like, you guys can tell me anything, but I feel like there are people in my life who are like, hey, I've got this issue, and it's like they're trying to make it my issue too.
You know, it's a good talk when I switch positions.
You've never switched positions.
I've done it twice before.
What was the first time?
I don't remember, but I know this is the third time.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm farting in the mic.
He's gonna Dr. Phil it right here.
Dr. Phil it. Okay.
You're fat, you're stupid, you're ugly. Pay me $200.
So really you want to start, like, just essentially not caring more.
I want to learn how to not care, yes.
I can show you the way. I'm really good at that.
Can you show me the way?
It's okay. So for that, you need to adopt.
Is it a wall?
No,
a wall. A great wall.
It's not the wall. It's not a wall. It's not the best wall you've ever seen.
It will be when I'm done with it.
It's part of the philosophy of stay sick. So you really just need to focus on yourself and only care about yourself, because nothing else fucking matters. You are... Drink your beer. You are
Look at him telling me what to do.
you are priority number one, because without you, nothing else fucking matters. If you cease to exist, your perception of the world as you know it ends. As soon as you die, I mean, we don't know. As soon as you die, it's just black. It's just like when a TV closes out. It's just,
Assuming. That'd be fucking awesome.
but I mean,
What's it like? It's like turning off a TV in the 1900s. What's a TV?
so people, I've been told I'm very selfish for thinking this way, and they can go fuck themselves. But you are the single most important thing to your life, because without you, you don't exist.
Yeah.
So you need to start worrying more about yourself and how your choices affect you as a person. So, like, when you came over to get your stuff before your show and I went to Taco Bell, I mean, yeah, should I eat Taco Bell? No. But I also went for a bike ride the next day. So it's like, it's balance. You got to do everything for you. Do it because you want to do it, not because other people tell you to do it. It's okay.
Okay. And I get that, man, and I appreciate that. But I'm more so talking about my
Oh, I get that.
my
I
reaction
understand.
to it. And
I
I think
understand.
it's going to take a lot more to learn to quell. Nice. I think it's going to take a lot more to quell any emotional response to that. Like,
Emotions are very hard to change.
yeah, and I think
I
it's
can't relate because I've never developed them.
and that's what I'm saying too. Is like I've almost learned this behavior from childhood, and it was like a realization of like, oh, well, I think this is where it started now, and I think now I can like work on it, of course, and that's great.
Tackle it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like my initial response of like nervousness and all this and all that. Like if we were at like Clubhouse, and the owners of Clubhouse were like, we have to close the doors. I'd be like,
Cool.
but that would not be my response.
Brush it off.
I couldn't.
It doesn't affect you in any way.
I know.
So
the bar
okay.
would still be there. It would just be bought by someone else.
Okay. See you, David. See you, Matt. See you, Matt's brother.
But it'd be one of those things. It's like I want to be able to have that response, but I want to rewire my brain to be like, damn, that sucks. Because for me, I can say that response, but I don't feel nothing. You know what I'm saying?
You don't feel nothing?
I feel obligated to be like, all right, well, I got to leave a bigger tip, or I got to do this, or I got to do something.
No matter what you do, they'll still close.
For sure, but it's still
Dog.
it still leave that much of an impact on me, and that's what's like I want to turn down. If it was like, because if they said, I'd be like, damn, that sucks, bro. I fucking love this guy. I love this place. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. I'd be like, okay, well, leave a bigger tip or something. But I know realistically it's not going to help. But like I want to be able to not feel like I have the obligation.
It's not your
act.
fault they're closing.
I know.
So why would you feel bad if
I
they're
just
closing?
do. Even the thought of it right now is like kind of
It's just
bugging me.
like-
I'm like, oh shit.
It's okay if they do or don't.
I know, but that's the crazy thing is like,
It's okay.
I know. Look at me. I'm all fucking.
It's okay.
That's hilarious.
It's okay. You just need to learn how to say it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It will be okay.
It's okay.
Everything literally will be okay. Just take those deep breaths. Close your eyes. It's okay. It's okay.
No, you're right. But that's the thing. I need to learn that. I need to learn.
You just gotta tell yourself it's okay. Like
I know, and I think that's the first step is like just reminding myself probably every day that it's gonna be okay.
no, unless it like actually affects you, then don't fucking worry about it.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to put this energy out there, but like if your fucking house like exploded or some shit, it's
Caught on
like,
fire. And I worry about that every day. Every day I leave the house, bro, I'm like, if I had to run in there and I saw the house burning down, I run in and I grab my external hard drive and I leave because everything's on that external hard drive. But
yeah,
that's
sure.
that's the best thing I got.
That's also an irrational but also rational fear living with other people.
Totally, dude.
But like I understand that.
But that's literally like something I worry about every day. I'm like, cause like you don't know, I can go home today and it's like, oh, the top floor is flooded because someone didn't turn off the sink and they left it, capped or.
It'd be pretty impossible for the top floor to flood.
But you understand what I'm saying? It's like
go to the first floor.
something
first.
could go wrong that affects me.
Sure.
But like even though I'm not like responsible financially for getting it fixed, it's like it's still like it's gonna be a burden to me and my life. So I worry about it, even though chances are small and I can't do anything to stop it.
Burp.
Brennan's closed. Well, that's okay.
Yeah, that place wasn't that great though.
And that's okay.
I guess the thing is, I have an emotional connection to like the bartenders at like Clubhouse and like
We've seen like 7 different ones.
yeah, and I liked them all. They're all
Terry was literally mad at you for a brief period of time because you called him gay or something.
No, okay, so I thought he was gay, and then someone spilled the beans, saying, "Hey, he thinks you're gay," and she said, "Yeah, you act gay," and then he went off on her, and I came back like a week or two later, and I was like, "Hey, man, that's not what it sounds like. Like, I don't know why this person said that to you."
Terry ain't gay no more.
But it was never like that, right? I was like, I just kind of assumed it was like, it wasn't like a, oh, he's gay, haha. It was
Because you never see someone talking to a woman, you just think they're gay.
well, just the way he acted.
I guess that's why people thought I was gay.
Yeah, I mean, it gets brought up, right? If you act gay, it's not unfair for people to be like, oh, well, he might be gay. I didn't say he was gay. I didn't say like he's 100% gay.
It's 2020, guys.
I didn't harass him
Move on.
thinking he was gay. I'm just saying, like, it got brought up and they're like, do you think he's gay? And I was like, yeah, I think he's gay. And they're like, why? And I was like, well, he acts kind of gay. And then someone goes and reports that to him. And it's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
You don't tell Terry
it's
that.
not like we have a problem with this guy. You started a conversation being like, I think Josh needs glasses? I'm like, yeah, he's a blind fucker. I hate Josh because he can't see. It's not that. It's like, do you think Josh...
Tis true.
Do you think Josh needs glasses? And I was like, well, yeah, sometimes he squints when he reads stuff without glasses, so...
Even if I squint, I can't read shit. I mean, I know what everything in View says.
But it's one of those things of like, you asked me this question being like, hey, do you think Ryan's gay?
I declined to answer that on this platform.
And then I go up to Ryan and I'm like, hey, did you know Josh thinks you're gay? Like, really, really gay.
Ryan is straight. He just won't show us his penis.
which is so gay.
Which is pretty fucking straight, so he passes.
But that's what that was. It wasn't anything like... Because I know when it gets said, it sounds like derogatory. But it was like, this friend asked me, do you think this person's gay? And I was like, I think he's gay. I don't think he has a girlfriend. And she goes up to him and goes, he thinks you're gay and that you can't have a girlfriend. And then he gets mad at me and yells at her. And I come up to him and I'm like, yo, dude, that's not at all what happened. I wasn't like talking shit behind your back. It was like a question I got asked. And then she came up to you and took it out of turn. Like, we're cool, obviously. Like, I love this bar. I love talking to you. I love hanging out here. I mean, I don't want any problems. And we talked it out, and he's like, all right, man, thank you. And I was like, yeah, bro. And like, again, I'm sorry. And I was like, all right, I'll close out. And he's like, don't worry about it. And I was like,
back up, Terry.
and I was like, what? He's like, I really appreciate you coming and talking to me about it. And I was like, yeah, man, like, always. And I left, and then I came back, and then I realized he went to a new bar. And I'm super glad I got to, talk it out with him and be like, look, that's not what you thought it was. It isn't anything bad. It was like someone asked me a question, and then it got taken out of turn. I'm sorry you felt that way about it. I don't have any malice or ill intent towards you, but that's just the situation. And I wanted to say my side. And he listened, and then he told me, and I listened to him, and that was it.
And that's okay.
And it's okay now. I honestly don't know if I'd be like happy if I didn't talk to him, but that's a little different.
That is a way different.
Yeah, that's a little different. Like, I'm happy, like, he's got a job, somewhere else.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, probably not right
we
now.
don't know at this point, but maybe.
But, like...
If he's out there.
Doing something. But, like, another part of me was, like, the other guy, there was the black guy who did, like, weddings and stuff. He had, like, his own, like, bartending kit. And
made us that cool drink that one time.
Yeah, the root beer, those are the bomb, bro. The root beer Krakens.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, I remember being like, yo, like, what if, like, people just, like, don't get married? And it's like, and then that's also probably because, like, my dad's business, you know? My dad had to, like, worry about, like, shit, like, oh, if I don't have jobs, I can't pay rent, you know? And that's probably, like, what I'm referring to is, like,
Mm-hmm.
if I don't have at least 3 jobs with this much money, I'm missing the truck payment, you know? Something like that. So it's one of those things of like, I'm just always in constant worry of like, oh man, if that guy doesn't get enough wedding gigs, like he probably can't pay rent. And it hurts my soul, you know, like it like really does.
It's because you're empathetic.
Yeah.
And I would say overly empathetic.
For sure. Remember when I told you I started the allergy medicine and an allergy attack, which is what I have. It's like, it's a natural reaction, but it's an overreaction of histamines being released.
Yeah.
I was like, isn't that not the perfect analogy of my life? Of like, hey, this small thing entered your body, enters your psyche, enters your world, and it just, your body throws everything at it. Your body just goes 120%, and now you're sneezing and coughing and bothering everybody because you care too much and you sneeze too much. That's me. I'm a fucking allergy attack, bro.
You just gotta stop.
In human form.
You just have to start caring less.
I'm going to start learning. I'm going to start meditating on that. And meditating opened my eyes to that realization.
Just care about yourself. Worry about yourself.
More. But yeah.
Priorities. You are number one.
I'm number one. You have any
I do not.
points, Dad?
I do not.
I can go to my next point if you want me to.
What do you got?
So I was getting really mad at myself for not being able to grow a beard as fast as I usually could. So usually I would grow my beard out like this in about 3 months, right? And I was like,
That is a long time.
yeah. But remember when I was like sitting on the podcast and I was like, I feel like I started washing my face and my beard stopped growing because I'd shaved it.
Yeah.
I'd shaved it and I wanted it to grow back. And I was like, man, it feels like it's taking forever. And then I was like looking at our podcast on YouTube and I was like, I need to find out how long this beard's been growing because it's driving me fucking insane and I want it to grow faster. It usually grows faster. I'm like, it's been like 4 months and it's still not at the length it was, right? And I was driving myself insane. And I go back, I'm like, fuck, 2 episodes, 4 episodes, 8. And I'll go back like 10 episodes. And I'm like, it's only been a month. But I reached the fullness of the beard that I wanted.
So you were just impatient.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to stop
I need to
caring so
fucking
much.
chill, bro. I need to chill so hard.
You do.
I need to learn to chill. I can't chill.
I'd say like take a fucking Xanax or something, but you'd
That'd
probably
give me a panic
you'd get
attack.
hooked.
Well, I'd also have a panic attack probably.
I think you'd be fine.
But yeah, dude, like I'm realizing, I'm like, oh shit, like, cause you know, time's like non-existent right now during COVID. So like, when I'm like, man,
It's not existent
I'm like,
at all.
I'm
ever.
like, it's been 3 months. Why is my beard not, you know, at the length it was 3 months ago? It turns out,
a solid 5 weeks.
it's been 5 weeks and it's like, it's already at the place it would be at 3 months because of the trimming technique or whatever that I was doing. But like, I didn't realize it because I was impatient because I was actively trimming and grooming my beard. And I was like, okay, well, like I didn't trim for like at least 2 weeks and it probably had been like 4 days. But like my mind was just so many days ahead.
That's why you need a hobby. Or something to occupy your
I
time.
do have a hobby. It's COVID, bro.
That's not a hobby.
COVID's not a hobby.
What is your hobby?
Music.
That's an activity. You need like something.
Activities are active.
I disagree.
Music's not active.
Okay, so you need something that can occupy your time that you can like establish. Okay, I do this on this day, or like
That's I've learned the importance of routine
yes.
during COVID, which is why I meditate every night before bed, and I want to get in the routine of eating breakfast every day.
So that's an hour of your day. What are you gonna do the other 23?
I'll worry about that later. I want to establish something in the beginning of the day, and I want to establish something at the end of the day, and I want that to be consistent. I need to have that.
Wash your face
Template.
before you meditate.
I don't like washing my face. I used your face wash today. I hope you don't mind.
Did you use the scrubber?
No, could I?
If you wanted.
I don't know if that'd be cool. I just.
I mean, one day I found the loofah in a different spot.
Oh, did I put it on the?
Yeah.
My bad.
It's not even in the way where it originally hangs.
It's where I hang mine.
So you just moved it?
It was an accident. I'm sorry. I would have been a lot more sly if.
Because I go in there the next day and I'm like,
Who the fuck moved my loofah?
I was like, why did he move it? Did he use it? If he used it, I don't care. But like, why did he not put it back?
I didn't. Yeah, that's my bad. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was like, it's just out of place. Because like, when I lived in North Hollywood and I didn't have toothpaste, like I would use my roommate's toothpaste, but I would put it back exactly the way it was when I found it, like to the exact like millimeter. I was like, I'm not like paranoid that they're gonna find out and be mad. They also weren't too smart enough to realize that it was being used. But like, even if like I took Nick's shit, like when my brother lived with us still, I would use his shit sometimes, and like I'd have to leave it in the drawer. If it was underneath some stuff, everything would have to be right on top. Like it just has to be perfect the way it was. That's how I am, and it always is. You'll never find something that I use of someone else's that is not in the exact same spot with the exact same surroundings.
So next time I find my shit in the exact same spot that I left it, I'm just gonna assume you used it.
Yes, you can, and
you'd probably be right.
And you can question me about it, and if I used it, I'll tell you the truth, and if I didn't, I'll tell you the truth.
For sure. That's the hardest part about living with roommates, because when you share a bathroom, you wake up and all of a sudden everything in the bathroom or everything in the kitchen is just moved. Like people a lot of the time they move in and they like, I got like a coffee maker to the left of the stove. some person moved in one time and they took it and they moved it to the right side and they put all their shit on the left side.
It's because everyone's got their own configuration.
But I went back and I moved my shit. And they're like, hey, did you move my stuff? And I was like, no, you moved my stuff and I moved it back. And he's like, you're right, man, my bad. And I was like, have a nice day. Because it's like, it's crazy how so many people come in.
Landlord.
And they're just trying to get comfortable. And they're just like, they move everything. Because they don't ask, they just do it, right? Which is like, I get it. Because like, when you're at like, and I've learned this through like work. Because like on an audio gig, like, people will like set shit down on my mixer. And for a long time I'd be like, hey, whose hat is this? Whose hoodie is this? Now it's just like, I got a job to do. Like, yeah. Obviously that doesn't belong there. So if anyone has any questions about it, I'll be like, I don't know, dude. It's not mine. It doesn't belong on my mixer. So it's one of those things like when a roommate comes in and they move all my shit, it's just like, well, let's just move this all back.
Yeah, it's because people just have their own way of doing things, like, especially
with loofahs.
Or just anything in general, like your own, like you have I have a specific drawer in my bathroom. I have everything in the medicine cabinet. That's all mine. But granted, I share it with myself, so I don't gotta worry about it. But like when I lived with other people, I had my own shelf. Like it was all mine. And it's a thing. Like, and if I were to move with someone else or like live with other people, I would probably try to default to my own configuration. But granted, if someone's there before me, like it is with your case where you always have people coming in
and out in 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. So there's always just like different people.
And that's the annoying thing too. It wasn't that like we couldn't sit down and figure it out. It was that I was sitting down and figuring out with someone new every 4 months. Yeah. And it was every time someone had a new configuration. And they're always like, oh, well, this is my drawer. And it's like, no, it's not, dude. Like, we never talked about it. Like, I was given this and this, and everything else is basically open. No one's given anything.
If your shit's there, it's just taken.
And yeah, that's my thing. It's like, if it's there, leave it. Who cares?
Yeah.
But it's crazy how some people get like super territorial around like fridge space or like shelf space, and it's like there's plenty of space for everything, dude. Like you have like hot dog buns and a can of soup. Can I please put?
Why is a can of soup in the fridge?
It's not in the fridge. It's like in a cabinet. But like, it's like, can I please put this here? Like, this shelf won't fit my cereal box. Can I please put it there? And they're no, because I have the shit on the shelf. But it's like, it's just one of those things. They're just like, nah. It's like, all right, dude. Like, whatever. If you're gonna be like that,
put it in one of those airtight containers and lay it down.
I mean, it doesn't fit.
Lay down your fucking cereal.
It doesn't fit, bro. Like
it can.
It doesn't.
It can.
It doesn't.
You know, if you lay it down.
It just you just gotta trust me. You just gotta trust me. It doesn't fit.
What kind of pantry can't fit a cereal box laying down?
This one.
I think it can.
All right. Well, you'd have to see.
Take it out of the fucking box. Leave it in the bag.
No, that's gross. Spiders and bugs get into it. I've done it before.
Get a chip clip.
No. No. I use chip clips, but
Are you retarded?
It doesn't work.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't work.
Put it in an airtight container.
I'm just saying, why everybody gotta hate on me?
Borat 2, now on Amazon Premium. It's a fantabulous movie. Amazing.
Brought to you by Borat.
That was my plug.
Cool. What's the message on the warning say?
The warning?
It looks like there's a warning in the bottom right of the screen.
Oh, that's a Malwarebytes wanting me to turn it on and update it.
Fuck Malwarebytes, yo.
Yeah, I've just kind of I've foregone antivirus software. I just don't use it anymore. So if you're trying to fish me, like, go for it.
What was the note you took down earlier? I told you to put a pin in
Onion
it.
storage. Oh my god. So I saw a TikTok about.
Okay.
I feel like information only comes from TikTok and Twitter nowadays. But okay, so
That's the only place people post knowledge. We need to barbecue again, by the way. Thinking of TikTok and Twitter.
I'll tell you my plan for episode 50 then.
Ooh.
So this is like 48, so we have a week to plan this. So I saw a TikTok. It was like a part of a TikTok where it was a guy talking about storing produce. So you know how like when you go to the grocery store, you expect like fresh shit, right? It's like, oh, this just came in right
Just
from the
sprinkle
fields.
water on it.
Right from the fields, right?
No.
That's not sustainable because shit has to grow and it takes time. And turns out a lot of produce is kept in storage for up to a year.
Really?
Yeah. So like this dude was sitting on top of a pile of fucking onions in like a fucking airplane hangar size fucking area filled with onions, and he was like, your onions may not be a year old when you get them, but like
That's so great.
two
That's
or
so
3
good
weeks
news, though.
after is like, yeah, they've been sitting in storage
For a year.
upwards of like a year. Yeah.
Why do my onions go bad after like a week? Is it just planned?
It's just how you take care of them and store them. Everything is how you store it.
What's the secret then?
Temperature control it. I don't know.
How? I want fucking charts, graphs. I want fucking a breakdown. I want a pie chart.
Google.
No, motherfucker, you said you had onion storage advice.
I don't have the advice. I'm just saying. So it was kind of fucking eye-opening because the United States, or just any like sort of mega populous like country or city that has a shit ton of people, well, yeah, it's super unsustainable like to get shit directly from the farms and fields.
So you got to figure out how to store it so you can just kind of hand it out.
Store it, mass produce it. And I was like, oh shit, like
Yeah, it's genius.
it's a fucking, can be a year-old onion. You just bought at the store thinking it's fresh.
And it's still good.
You can't tell the fucking difference. And you keep
Well, it's because they sprinkle water on it. Well,
and you keep it in your fridge and it goes bad in a week. And it's like, okay, well, like,
I gotta know how do they do that then, because I had like lettuce and that went bad in like a week, and then my onion went bad in like a week, and I had tomatoes, and tomatoes go bad so fast, like 3 days. 3 days and the tomatoes all watery.
did you cut into it?
Yeah,
That's why.
I don't know.
As soon as you break flesh, and then it's good for a day.
Really?
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
You can't keep defrosted meat for more than 2.
That's true.
So as soon as it gets wet, you can't keep it. You gotta use it or throw it away.
Really?
Yes.
Such a waste, though.
Well, don't fucking cut into a tomato if you're not gonna use the whole thing. Don't cut it for one slice.
Really? There's no way to store... I mean, there's got... If you could
Vacuum
store...
seal it.
Nah, if you could store a whole tomato, a whole onion, a whole 1,000 onions in an airplane hangar...
More than 1,000, I'll tell you that.
If you could store a shitload of onions in an airplane hangar...
A shit cock of fruit?
A shitcock of fruit, there's got to be a way to store a sliced tomato. There's got to be an easier way to store a sliced tomato.
Put it in a Ziploc and suck all the air out. That's your alternative to vacuum sealing with a food saver that costs $89.99.
Yeah.
I'll eat.
Brought to you by Target.
And Camarillo.
Corporate America doing it again.
I can't help it. It's my department. I know where everything is.
Get it? You proud?
I'm very proud.
Oh, cool.
We're looking at Reggie's feet.
I know.
I'm really surprised they haven't
toes.
fallen because when I had 3 thumbtacks in, they fell. And as soon as I put the second one in, or like the fourth one, they just fucking sat still.
Yeah, I mean,
I put 2 right next to, like the 2 at the base, like
Yeah.
right there.
they're
Right next to each other. They haven't fallen, so that's pretty cool. They're going to stay there for a while.
I'm going to keep playing with them until they fall.
Just fucking yeet them down.
Yurt.
And they'll just fall.
It's a yurt.
Ideally, part of the ceiling comes down too, like a drywall.
That'd be nice. You could get an extra fan in here. A small one.
Put the Dyson up
One
there.
of the fucking fans you buy at Disneyland with the spray bottle.
Why is it fucking wet in here?
That's my new fan. It's a hydro fan.
Just
That
a-
says fucking
It's just a mister.
Star Wars Land on it. That's cool. Did you steal it from the 9-year-old aisle in fucking Target?
My leader John, he came up to me one day and was like, "Josh, I'm fucking pissed." And I was like, "Why?" He's like, "Cause I haven't been to Disneyland in like X amount of days." And I was like, "John, you're 28. You're a grown ass man. Why the fuck are you mad about Disneyland not being open during a pandemic?" He's like, "'Cause I haven't been in so long. My annual pass is like, I have an annual pass too. I don't fucking care. I haven't been on the entirety of last year."
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the idea of an annual pass is to just be able to go whenever you want, not to go every fucking weekend.
But Disneyland's been closed for like 290 days. They've almost been closed for an entire year.
Josh, they're gonna be okay.
They will be okay. I understand that.
And that's the thing. I know Disney's gonna be okay out of this.
At the beginning of it, though, the employees were being paid.
Yeah, because they thought it'd
Not-
only be a month.
Not anymore. If you're an Imagineer,
Everyone's basically furloughed right now.
yeah, except for the essential workers. Where's the package to help essential workers? I've been working this whole fucking time. That's not
You
fair.
got your payment.
$1,200 like everyone else. Cool. I want
So you got what everyone else
I
got.
want special treatment.
No,
Why should I get less than someone who wasn't working?
because you're not special.
And what makes you special?
I'm getting less than you.
Not at the beginning. You were getting like the extra $600 a week. You were making more,
And now
on-
you're making more. Why should you?
I've been making the same amount.
But now you're making more.
Besides the point.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
So,
it's
okay,
not
so
because we're here now.
when unemployment started, that was like a solid 3 months that you were getting extra money
Yes.
and making more than you made during your fucking job.
Yes.
How is that fair to anybody?
Because a lot of people needed that extra. I'm fortunate enough to have a rent that is lower than most people.
Yes.
And most people who live in apartments at my age couldn't do
Yes,
it.
it's expensive. I
So
understand that.
some people, $1,200 wasn't enough. Some people, $1,200 was a slap in the fucking face. I was able to do it because I lived off my savings for 4 months. And then I got money.
Then you buy a MacBook.
I saved. That's fiscal responsibility. It's not me being
The point is,
shitty or pampered.
I'm not saying you're being
I was
shitty
smart.
or pampered. I'm saying the point is, the way that this pandemic has been handled very poorly.
Yes.
So go vote November 3rd, election day.
Brought to you by Target.
Brought to you by the two dudes. We don't care how you vote. I don't give a fuck if you vote one way or another.
I don't care if you even do vote.
Just go out there, write fucking Harambe again on the ballot. Make
Why-
him your president.
That's
I don't fucking care, but that was
okay.
a
So then,
thing.
then what's the culture behind voting? I don't care who you're gonna vote for, but vote Harambe. That only undermines democracy more.
People are dumb, and
Yeah,
if-
like
or
that
if,
advice was terrible.
If Harambe can get 3% of the general vote,
Harambe's dead, homie. He's not gonna wake up.
Harambe is not dead.
He's not gonna wake up and be like,
is
"I
in-
have a job to do for the American people."
He's in a government facility.
No, he's not.
That wasn't bullets; they were tranquilizers.
Tranquilizers.
Yes.
There were bullets. They were aiming for the kid. They missed.
The kid had the information.
The kid was being told the truth by Harambe, our Lord and Savior.
Yes.
And they needed to take the kid out, but they missed. And now that kid is still out there, and he has all the knowledge. And the freaking frogs are gay.
I wonder what that kid is doing. If he ever just thinks about it.
That kid's probably not allowed on social media. If I was that parent's kids, bro, I'd be like, look.
So
I fucked up as a parent.
That was 4 years ago.
I fucked up as a parent when you. Yeah, so he's like, what, 12 now? He was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Probably.
Holy shit, quick math.
Quick math.
So I'd be like, I fucked up as a parent when you're 8 and you went into the gorilla den. Not anymore. I'm not buying you an iPhone. You're not getting on Facebook, and you're going to therapy every day.
They just converted to being Amish.
Yeah, whatever you need, we're putting you in a fucking hospital. But like, this is gonna get solved, and no social media because there's a jillion memes about you and how we're pieces of shit. So I don't want you to see that.
Yeah. That would probably ruin the mental state of the parents, but like just this kid, especially if they're not on social media, which
They shouldn't be at 12.
They probably are. They are nowadays. And just to see like a Harambe meme, it's like, that's me. And it's like, oh, that's fucking me.
Yeah, dude.
And it's like, oh,
You think he remembers it?
probably. That's like life. You're getting dragged by a literal gorilla.
I think there's a part of
And then it gets killed right in front of you.
I think there's a part of the human brain that would have blocked it out.
Try to block it out because like
Yeah.
trauma.
I think there's a good chance that he's like, all I remember is the zookeeper picking me up and putting me in a blanket, and then going home and getting like ice cream or like whatever his story is. I'm pretty sure that's it. And I'm not saying that because I'm discrediting his ability. I'm just saying people I talk to with trauma don't remember it. A lot of them get reported it like, yeah, when you were a kid, you were hit by a car. And it's like around the age eight's pretty young.
I remember a TV almost following me at like a year and a half.
I remember a lot from my childhood too, but I've met some people, bro, who are just like, I don't remember anything like before middle school. I've met people like who don't turn on until after 8th grade.
Are they mouth breathers?
Most of them, but like,
That's beside the point.
yeah, I mean, I think it's just
That doesn't help your case.
I think it's just a development thing. Like for whatever reason, they graduate 8th grade. A lot of people are like, I just remember the first day of 9th grade. I've met people like that. They're just like, I know that. And then I talk to their parents and they're just like, yeah, you got kicked by a horse and you lost all your front teeth and bottom teeth. And then your dad dragged you on a motorcycle for like a block. And we shaved all your hair when your brother put gum in it. And it's like, yeah, I can imagine why people don't want to remember those things.
Nick got a road rash once.
Did he?
Yeah,
Does he remember it?
probably not, but
There you go.
I do.
That's one of those things too, man.
I believe he was on a skateboard. Someone was on a bike, and they were dragging him on the skateboard, and then he fell off, and they kept dragging him on the bike, and it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts out.
All of a sudden, there's more resistance. Ugh. That's the same thing with me. I remember like my brother falling on his scooter down a hill in Lake Casitas, tearing himself up, like cuts and bruises everywhere. And I'm like, remember that time when you rode the scooter down Lake Casitas? He's like, no. What happened? It's like, you hit a pothole and fucking looked like a tiger attacked you and almost gutted your intestines. He's like, gnarly. Okay.
We should get Eric on the show.
We should, if he wants to be. He's busy though. He's working a lot. He works Mondays.
We could phone him in.
Do a phone interview.
Yeah.
If you want, we can figure that out.
A video chat.
Yeah.
They would just see this, so I mean, it works.
They would see
Exactly what they see.
what we see.
Yeah. Like, they would see that exact same view.
Cool. That works.
Yeah.
All right. I still want to do. Oh, did you want to tell me the idea for the 50th podcast after?
After
Okay.
This. Oh, off of this.
Ow. I was gonna say I still like to do like a live podcast and an outside podcast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the live one, we just need to advertise that we're doing it live so people can actually just fucking watch it.
Yeah.
Everything's ready to go for that.
It just needs to be done on a day people can watch.
Yes. And we just need to tell them, hey, we're doing this at this time. Actually scheduled. Can't just be like, I woke up, I'm gonna look at memes for 3 hours and then decide to come over after you tell me to come over.
Why do you say it like that?
I'm just saying, like, it has got to be scheduled on a certain time.
I only looked at memes for 2 hours today.
Oh, besides the point.
Still.
I feel like we should just wrap this up and go get dinner.
I'm down if
with
you
our-
are. I've
with
got
our
another
friends.
point, I think, if you want me to, because I've still got a ton of points on my thing. Let me bring up one more point, because I've got energy today, because I got a good night's sleep last night, and
Even though your body still feels like shit.
my body feels like shit, man, but my brain, man.
Okay, we'll do one more.
Let's do one more, because
One more for the boys.
I do feel very energized right now.
How long does it take you to read?
So I actually covered all of them.
Wow, so we're done.
Yep.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here so much. Share this podcast with a friend. Leave a like on the YouTube video if you watch this on Spotify or listen to this on Spotify or Spreaker or... What the fuck? Was that you?
It's an earthquake.
No, that's you.
That's me.
Stop doing that.
Okay.
Please, until I finish. If you're listening to this on Spotify, keep doing you. You're doing great.
We're so proud of you.
Thank you guys for watching. Watch the highlight reel if you don't like.
Share the highlight reel too. That's the best way to help out the show, is sharing the highlight reel, so you can give people a good taste of what is in store and all of our highest points.
The average watch time of this show is 20 minutes. So
It's pretty solid.
we pull from generally after 20 minutes. So you're kind of missing a whole bunch. So if you watch the highlight reel, you get to see more than what the average people get to see. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Josh.
My name is Alec. Thanks for hanging out with us.